What is up, Crypto Nation? I'm Jay with DCA Adventure, back again with another video, and today, like always, we are going to chart Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and possibly a little bit of gold. If you guys like our content, please smash the like button, hit the bell for notifications, and please, guys, subscribe to our channel. We really would appreciate it. Also, guys, if you would like access to the DCA trading script, you need to join the Patreon group. My tier is Trading with a View, and by joining my tier you will get access to the DCA trading script and the private room that we have in Discord. We are posting trading signals in there, general market talk. We have quite a few Patreons in there. They are all kicking ass, stacking sats, so get in there, don't miss out on that. And guys, get into Doge Lord Apparel and get some sweet DCA swag. Anything that says variant 8 on it, that's me. Super badass, I'm just saying. And also, guys, Doge Lord Apparel is putting on a contest. He is got people around the world making different designs and logos for our brand. So if you guys would get over there and vote, I do believe that Chris has a $10 Bitcoin reward for whoever wins. So guys, get over there and vote. We would really appreciate that. And also, guys, we have down in the description below several different links to several different Discords. We have the Family Mine, we have Doge Lord Insiders, and we have mine, the Crypto Mentors. If you go over into my Discord, we have several different things that you guys can use, several different trading tools. AstroPark, my partner, he is a coding machine. He has made several different bots. We have a bot that just spits out trades every day on different time periods. So you could subscribe to that bot and trade off the what it's spitting out. Or you guys could sign up for the bot that links through Binance Futures through API, and you will be able to hook up to an auto trading bot. Super awesome. Get in the Discord. Like I said, links in the description. And get in there, check out some of them bots, and check out, we got hundreds of different trading scripts, anything for every different style. So get in there, check them out. And also, guys, links for the exchanges that I'm trading on will be in the description. I trade on Bybit, I trade on Phemex. I am running a promo right now that if you sign up using my affiliate link, you deposit and trade with $100. Get a hold of me and let me know, and I will do a one-on-one trading session with you. We can do like an hour-long session. So get in there and do that, guys. I'd really appreciate it. It helps us, DCA, make content for you guys and to keep going. So with that being said, really appreciate everything you guys do and all of your support. And let's just jump right on in. Right here, guys, we're looking at CoinGecko. I like these guys better than CoinMarketCap. But as you guys can see, in the last hour with Bitcoin, we're down 0.1%, down 0.2% in the last 7 days. At the time of recording, 6/11 at 11 a.m. 2020. So you guys will see this in a few hours from now. But with Ethereum, we're up 0.4% in the last hour. We are down 1.2% in the last week. Tether is green. You guys know when Tether and the stable coins are green, usually everything else is red. We got Bitcoin Cash coming in at 5% in the green for the last hour, down 1.3% for the last 7 days. Litecoin up 0.4% for the hour, down 3.5%. Cardano up 0.5%, down 4.4% in the last 7 days. Crypto.com is up 7.1% or 17.1%. I'm sorry. Had a nice little move there. I've noticed a couple guys in the Discord. We're talking about a couple different altcoins that just went on a rocket ride to the moon. So congratulations to anybody that was holding any of those. Kyber Network, I know, really took off. We got Ethereum Classic coming in at 0% for the last hour. It is down 4.2% for the last week. Okay, let's see what else we got. Man, Zill up 52.4%. That's awesome. Digibyte up 9.2%. There you go, Ralph Cooper. Always making them gains on that Digibyte. Theta down 14.1% for the last week. Kyber Network, there you go, guys, up 62.8%. I did hold a little bit of this. I sold around $1, waiting for a pullback probably to buy back in. Nano up 33.7%. Wow. Saya Coin 11.8% for the last week. Waves up 10.8% for the last week. Yeah, guys, so, looking at these altcoins, you pick one of the top 100 and you buy it on a nice pullback like we're having right now. It is a red day pretty much across the board for the last week. Bitcoin dominance is at 64.4%, so that is bad for altcoins, guys. The higher the Bitcoin dominance, the crappier the altcoins do. Typically, you want to see the dominance on Bitcoin go down, and when you see it go down, then obviously altcoins will be in the green. So something to keep in mind. I don't trade too many altcoins. I hold a little bit of Ethereum, and I hold Kyber, and I hold a little bit of Doge, and I have some bags, but I don't actively trade them. When we get the big pumps, I usually will sell off and buy back at a later time when we have a pullback. So just something to keep in mind there, guys. Watch out for the Bitcoin dominance. You can see it right up here, 64.4%. The Ethereum dominance is 9.76%. USD dominance is 3.43%. Click off of there. Let's go over here to the BLX weekly. Or we'll start off on the monthly first. As you guys know, I've been talking about this huge bull flag that Bitcoin has been making. We looked at it on our last video. You guys can see here that if we draw the trend line body to body, like how it was, we did get a break above, and we still have 19 days left in the month. We need to close above the trend line here. If we can get this close above the trend line, above 9,300, this will be very bullish. It's got to stay up above 9,300. If we get the break below, guys, it's going to be bad for Bitcoin. And everybody is, again, across the board, we're 50-50. We got a bunch of bears and we got a bunch of bulls. So we need to be prepared for either side. We're not looking at news. We're taking out the emotion. We look at the facts in the chart. I like to try to tell the guys in the Patreons and our Discords that we don't care what the news says. We don't care about what other YouTubers are saying. We strictly trade by the facts coming from the chart. This is very important. It's part of a good trading plan. Keeps emotion and keeps you from making mistakes when trading. If you're only... Every time you enter a trade, you guys, you need to be asking yourself, well, what did I see in the chart that validates my trade idea? If you can't answer yourself with a decent explanation of why you are entering a trade, you should not be entering it. You should be sitting on your hands, waiting until a clear signal comes, or something pops out of the chart, a clear technical indicator, anything of that nature that says, hey, this is a possibility, and then you need to set yourself up accordingly. In the Discords, guys, we have made some killer trades here the last couple weeks. I have 3 here in the last week that we did. We traded breakout trades. They ended up working out very, very well. I have my pile of sats is definitely increasing big time. Just in 3 trades, guys. In 3 trades. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're looking at. I've been trying to get our Patreon guys to draw the same patterns, the same trend lines, the same triangles that I am drawing. I am not giving them an actual price to enter or exit their trades. I'm trying to teach them to be able to see this stuff for themselves and to be able to rely on themselves. You guys need to learn this and learn how to trade and learn candles and patterns and how to spot support and resistance and how to spot breakout trades. You need to be able to rely on yourself. You don't want to have to pay thousands of dollars a month for signals and all that other bull crap. We want to teach you here at DCA how to do this all by yourself and to rely on yourself. I've made enough mistakes and took enough bumps and bruises that you guys shouldn't have to take as many. Yes, there is a learning curve for sure, but you know, that's why we're here. But as far as I've seen, a lot of our Patreons are doing very good. Maybe if we have time, we can go into the Discord, check out the trades that I had posted and what happened with them. But you guys can see on this monthly, there's several different ways you can draw this trend line. The original way I was drawing, you can draw up here and go from wick to wick, something like this. So as long as we can stay above the trend line and we can close above it, that is super bullish. If we do make a break underneath and back into the flag, I have a pretty bad feeling that we'll probably stop and have a little bit of tussle right around the $99,000 area. If you guys remember, that was very, very tough support for Bitcoin to break through. We did attempt it several different times the last few months. We finally did break, obviously, and get above that. So it would be the first place of support that I'm looking for. If we do break that and we don't validate the $9,000 support, then be looking for a drop to this 21 month moving average, and that's all the way down to the 7,500 area. Not saying it's going to happen, guys, but it's a possibility. We're seeing it in the charts. It's there, so it very well could happen. And like I said in last week's video, guys, I think we need to see a retest of the market. I think we've had too many up days with Bitcoin. I think a good reset, you know, a good drop down would be healthy in my opinion. I'd like to see it drop and bounce off support and then rally up above the 10.5 area. And remember, guys, that 10.5, that's the roadblock we are looking at right now. We have to make a play above the 10.5. I said in last week's video we'd probably make it up to 10.1, 10.2. And it would be short-lived. We'll scroll down onto the smaller time frames, but we did actually retest the 10.1, I think, 10,100 area, and we rejected pretty hard. It was very short-lived, just like I said in last week's video. And currently, right now, we have dumped, you know, not a lot, but it was a big move. I did short the top of it for some decent gains. I'm actually still in a short right now with my stop loss moved in profit. That's how we lock into profit, guys. As soon as we get a decent lead on the trade, we will move the stop loss down and keep inching it down as Bitcoin goes down. Remember, guys, right now we are not looking for longs. Obviously, guys in the Patreon, guys in Crypto Mentors, you guys can definitely scalp trade longs when it's right, when we're trading breakout trades. It's just too risky right now. We're still in a downtrend. I've been saying this for months and months and months. The 10.5 is the area. So if we can get a close above 10.5, maybe come back, test it as support, validate that as support, then, you know, to the moon. So let's go down here. We'll look at the 1 week. And you guys can see here on the 1 week chart, we did have a cross of the 50 and the 21 week moving average. And we did get the dump here. Obviously, we bounced off that trend line, and that's part of that big bull flag that Bitcoin is making. So it did validate here. It respected this line as support. Not very often do we close below this 200-week moving average. But you guys can see it did come down here and touch this trend line down here all the way at 4,300. And when we get these very sharp V patterns, it tends to, you know, it tends to really move up. And same with the vice versa. If we get a nice V pattern right here at the top, we tend to move down really hard. So be watching out for those V patterns. We did call a nice one on an hourly chart a few days ago with the last recent pump. We did catch the long there. It was a nice little play. But this is all little stuff, you know, that's helpful and you guys should be aware of. And then when you see them, you don't need somebody like me to come in and say, hey, this is happening, go do this. You will be able to see it by yourself and be able to make an educated decision and execute an educated trading plan accordingly. And this is the biggest part about trading, guys, is making sure that you are following your own plan. Don't, you know, tune everybody else out. Who gives a crap what everybody else is saying? Learn the TA, learn the charts. If it's not in the chart, then don't do it. But on the weekly, you can see that we are coming back and testing this. Well, we got 3 days and 9 hours left. So as long as we can get this candle to stay above that trend line right here. Again, guys, this is bullish in my opinion. That doesn't mean that we still can't break down. But typically, we would like to see it, you know, break out like it did, come back, test here, validate this as support before we get a continuation on. So we need to see this to happen, you know, and I am still bearish, guys. There, you know, throughout the charts, there is bearish and bullish signs, yes, but I still think a reset is needed. You know, I would like to see us break back down into the flag, maybe reject here, back down at the 46, 4700 area before we continue to take off here. If this would happen, in my opinion, this is healthy. Again, I would like to see this happen, and it's a total possibility. Or it could not do this at all, and we do just like we said before. It comes and tests here, validates, and then we get to continuation. So you guys need to have this trend line drawn on your higher time frame chart, weekly chart, daily chart, monthly chart. Any of them will work. Be watching that trend line, be watching what we're doing. If you guys go down into the cogwheel down here, you can pull this up and you can put click on your countdown to bar close, and then this is going to show you over here how many days or how many hours we have left in the time frame that you're looking at. So in this case, on the weekly chart, we are looking at 3 days 9 hours until the weekly candle closes. Keep this in mind, guys. Let's go down here to the daily. Now, in the Patreon group, I did tell the guys that, you know, we are getting close for the 21 and 50-day moving averages to cross. If that 21-day moving average crosses underneath that 50, that could, we could see a nice huge dump. Obviously, with that 21-day moving average above the rest of these moving averages and our price action, our candles are on top of the 21-day moving average. This is still bullish short term. Now, every time we come down and test this 21-day moving average, guys, you could be looking to long this. Okay, obviously you can see that we do get some shadows and wicks and stuff down underneath of it. But as long as we are on top of that 21-day moving average, it is acting as support. So you definitely would like to maybe try a long when we come back and retest it. This is down around the $9,400 area if we can come back down and touch it. If I was to long this, I would try to long down here at the moving average and try to move my stop a little bit below it. For the simple fact that, you know, people that know how to read moving averages and candles are looking at the same area. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of us looking at the same area. So we could possibly see a wick shoot down a little bit farther below to hit everybody's stop losses, get everybody tagged out. But if we were to come back and test the 21-day and we respect it and we use it as support, then you could see a nice little rejection off of it and then up for a decent long. And then obviously you're looking for your first places of resistance, 10,100, 10,200. It just depends on what exchange you're looking at. Like Brave New Coin liquid index for Bitcoin is only showing us at 99.80 was a recent pump, but on Phemex we got to 10.1. It was like 10,150 or somewhere around in there, almost 10.2. But you know, if we come back down here and we test this 21-day moving average and we don't respect it and it does not hold us up as support, then be looking for that 50-day moving average right here for a test, and that's around the 9130, 9100 area. Be looking for that. Yeah, right around the 9,000 to 9,100 would be the first area I'd be looking for. And you guys can see that we do have an area of support down through there. Boom, boom. So that, you know, it's very possible that we get this. And again, guys, if we come down and we do hit the 50-day moving average and we don't respect that and we break that and it doesn't hold us up as support, then obviously, you know, down to the 200-day, 100-day, and that's down around the 8,100, 8,000. And you guys, I've told you over and over and over about the strategies we play with these moving averages on the daily time frame. Anytime that the 21-day or the 50-day is above the 200 and 100-day, anytime we test these, it could be a long opportunity. This is not financial advice by any means, but this is how I play them. This is what I'm looking for. We've been trading a lot of breakout triangles here the last month, and they are 80% trades for us. Either 80% of the time when they break out of our triangle pattern, they keep on going. You know, and then we get to 20% of time, they come back in, they stop you out. And that's why we use stop losses. We live to trade another day. But you know, making sure that you are using moving averages and knowing just small little patterns, drawing triangles, super easy money, guys. It's super easy. We can go into the Discord and you can see where I posted my trades and what I did. I killed every one of them. I only had to trade 3 times in the last week, and I crushed all 3 of them. Super easy money, very low risk. You're not going to lose very much the way that we're setting up these trades. So guys, if you are interested in learning how to trade, get into Patreon. We will show you the way. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you have to follow every move that I make in when I post something in the Discord. But if you're new to trading and you are going off on your own and you're just throwing money to be in a trade, you're going to lose. You will lose, I promise. And if you are consistently losing, then that should be a red flag right there that you do not have a button-down trading plan and you're not following it. So get in there, guys. We will get you a plan. We will try to figure out what is the best trading style for you. Any of the Patreons know that they can get a hold of me. They can private message me if I have time. I will jump in a one-on-one chat with them. We will go over charts. We will look at different things, and I will try to help you guys as much as possible. So don't be scared to get in there and ask questions. I wish that when I started my trading journey, I had somebody that I had access to that I could go in and talk to and bounce ideas off of. I didn't have that when I first started. You know, I had to learn the hard way. So we don't want that for you guys. We don't want you to lose all your Bitcoin. Get in there, learn a thing or two, stack some sats. So this was on the daily. Let's go over here. All right, now I posted or talked about in the last video about the RSI and how we bottomed out back here. And as you can see, that on the weekly we did get the nice V-sharp pattern, and we got the MACD cross down here, very bullish. You know, it takes a long time for this to happen on a weekly chart. So when that crossed, you guys see that we did get the nice jump up there. So scroll down. Let me see. Whew. Okay, this is the Bitcoin 1 hour, and you guys can see here that we got this nice wedge formed, and it is constricting. The pressure on Bitcoin is getting tight right now. It's going to explode. Which way is it going to explode? That is what we are going to try to make an educated decision on. The way I've been teaching the guys to trade is we don't have to be right on the up or down move. We just play the breakout. It's a lot easier, a lot less riskier. So if you can go on the hour, you can see that we did come up and we did break above the trend line. We closed above it a couple times, and then the bear said, absolutely not, get your ass back in there. And you see we did dump right back in. So we are coming up into the apex of the wedge here, and this, about 2 or 3 days we could get to the end, or it may break now. You can see here that we did break, as we're recording, we did break the trend line. So if it closes below that trend line, we're in for another drop, and we did drop down to 94.79. So pay attention to this, guys. You'll see this in a few hours, so you can draw the same trend line. Hopefully, we can. Hopefully, it'll be way back down here, and we'll see it all the way up to 8,700. Obviously, we got a couple little places of support that we could see. There was one at the 94.70, around in there, and we have another little bit of support down here at the 92. And then a lot more right around the $9,000 area. And then you can just keep on going down. And by doing this, you are literally mapping out where this thing is going. You get all these guys using these Fibonacci's and the Fib extension tool and all this and all that. If you can make your lines of support and resistance, you don't necessarily need all that other crap. That's just more crap to confuse you, and keep it simple, stupid. That's all you got to do, guys. Keep it simple. Yes, trading can be very, very hard, and it will be one of the hardest things that you guys are going to try to learn if you're serious about doing this. But once you get a button down plan, it's not that hard, and you don't have to constantly be trading, guys. Like I said, I traded 3 times through the week. Made killer gains, and now I'm just sitting on my hands, kind of just waiting for the next setup. Like I said, I did short up here at the top. I don't know, let me see. I'll tell you right here in 1 second what I got into. Alright guys, I'm up 414%. I got in at 99.54. So 99.54, pretty close to the top here, guys. Right around in there. So, obviously I've got my stop moved down here. I got it just a little bit above this resistance line. That way, if we do get a nice pullback. But I'm probably going to move it down to this resistance line right here. Because what is going to happen now is we're probably going to come back up and test this trend line as resistance. And now I would like it to respect this trend line as resistance, bounce off of it, continue down to one of these lower levels. Again, guys, in my opinion, this is very healthy for Bitcoin to do. I think we needed it to happen. If we look at the DCA oscillator here, we can see that we are nearing the oversold area. We just broke the line, so it will be printing a dot telling us, hey, we are in the oversold. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're automatically going to go back up. Lows can always go lower, highs can always go higher. You guys can see that the VWAP is below 0. It is starting to curl up a bit. Just be patient. Our momentum wave, it is dropped all the way down. Like I said, we are in the oversold area. The money flow index wave, I mean, if you would have caught it right here, right when it started curving down, you could have just followed it all the way down. And I mean, it follows every single little price movement. So it's not good though. Well, I guess on the hourly, it's no big deal if it crosses zero and the money flow index wave turns red. We just don't want to see this happen on a higher time frame. The higher the time frame, the more important these waves in this oscillator becomes. So keep in mind, guys, that it could be a temporary bottom. We could bottom out right here, zigzag a little up here, and then another drop down. This was the V that we caught it was over here. Last week we caught a nice V-shaped pattern. I told the guys, hey, usually when we get these V-shapes, it takes off, and that's exactly what happened. And then we did it again here. We called both of those. And then we traded quite a few different triangles throughout here. And like I said, three of them, we had 3 decent breakout trades back to back. It happened right in a row, setups. So like let's say we had a breakout set up and Bitcoin broke to the upside, so we longed it, took our profit. That does not immediately mean go back short. You don't, just because we took profit doesn't mean it's automatically going to come back down. You got to be patient. You got to wait for the next setup, and that's exactly how I played it. We waited for another triangle to form. We drew the triangle in. We waited. It broke out to the upside again. We longed it again. We did that 3 times. So guys, get in there. We will show you the way to do it. Super, super easy money, very low risk. But yeah, we did come down. We are testing some decent support here. I don't know if you guys can see, but we had it's an ugly head and shoulders, but it is. And then got to dump down. And definitely pay attention for these V setups like that. Anytime it does that, it's going to go hard every time. Just in my experience, the last almost 5 years of trading Bitcoin, it does that pattern every once in a while. It's not a reoccurring pattern. It doesn't do this all the time, but when it does and you can catch the nice V's, definitely play those. Not financial advice. As you can see over here, we did get the bearish divergence. It did catch that one, and I've told you guys before that our script will print bearish and bullish divergences. It's not necessarily, it will not tell you how big the move is. It could print a bearish divergence and only be a small move. Same with a bullish divergence. It could print it and it's only a little move, and sometimes it's a huge move. You just don't know. So I typically look at these and I put a little weight into them, but rarely do I trade a divergence. Right now, teaching the guys the breakout trades and stuff, I think is a lot easier, especially if you're a scalp trader like I am. I don't have very much time throughout the day, so scalp trading is best for me. It's nice to be able to open up the chart at whatever time of the day. Either I spot a setup or I don't, and if I don't, then I just don't trade. I sit on my hands, and obviously if I spot the setup, then I'll signal it out to the Patreons, and we will trade it for sure. Let's go back over here. So again, guys, one final thing with Bitcoin, we would like to see the test of the 21-day moving average, validate as support, and then we take off from there. Be watching for the break below the 21 moving average. On the daily. If it closes below it, then we could see some big drops. Keep it in mind, guys. Set yourself up for both ways. You'll be thanking yourself in the end if you set up for both ways instead of just saying, okay, I think it's going to the moon, so I'm going to long. I'm going to go get a loan out on my house, and I'm going to put it all into Bitcoin on leverage trading exchange, and we're going to long it. because you'll probably lose. Leverage trading, fastest way to make money, quickest way to lose money. Let's go over here and take a look at Ethereum. See what Ethereum's looking like. This was a area of resistance that I drew on last week's video. As you can see, we did come up and tested it, and we bounced. Tested it a few different times, could not break through, so we did break off of that. I'd be looking for the first drop to 230. If we can't validate that as support and hang out right there, then obviously 50 is the next area I'm looking for, down around the $214 area. You look left on your chart, you can see that's old support. Resistance, it'll be support. It all lines up. We are getting close to a 100 and 200 day cross, which may make a dump happen. You can see back here though that when we had the 21 cross the 50, the 200, and the 100, we were on a steady move up. You could probably draw a trend line in here. Somewhere's like that. And we could see a drop right back down to that trend line, which is sitting at support right here. Right around, like I said, guys, $218, $213 area. Somewhere around in there, so be conscious about that. This is one of those nice M patterns that I like to trade. You can see it right here. Boom, boom. It almost looks like a double top, kind of, maybe even a triple top. So keep this in mind. This is still a valid trend. We have not had no candles close underneath that trend line, so it's very much in play. We'll take a look at the weekly. Dang it. Alright, on the weekly, guys, we did bounce off that 200-week moving average, and that will act as tough support through there, or tough resistance through there. So far, it looks like it is rejecting, but we still have 3 days, 9 hours left in the weekly candle. Keep note of this. And it looks like we are getting a 21 cross the 50, cross the 100. And you guys know from last week and in the weeks previous that normally when we get these golden crosses, well, this isn't considered a golden cross, but when we get these bullish MA crosses, typically the opposite happens at first. We will get a dump, and then a day or so later, the pump and the rally kick back in. Keep your eyes on this. I would be looking again for that drop. It could, on a higher time frame, on a weekly. If we were to come back down and test that 100-day, 50-day, 21 or week, 50-week, 100-week, 21-week moving average, it could be right around in that $200 area. Something to make note of. Very possible that it does drop down to these moving averages before bouncing and rallying back up. And obviously we're looking right around the $270 to $300 area on Ethereum. Does look like we're making we did have a nice bottom. There's a nice V pattern. Shot straight back up. Consolidated. Next move up. And we're that 200-week moving average is just strong resistance. We do have support over here that turns into resistance. So if we can't get a break above that 200-week and get a close above it, obviously that I'm still bearish on Ethereum until we see a nice break above that. Check out them 1 month. Draw this line in here. Go wick to wick. So if I was trading Ethereum, I would be looking at this right now. Having this nice triangle. Obviously, we are at the top of it. A break above this, coming back down to test as support is exactly what you want to see. Boom, boom, continuation. I've been teaching the guys to try not to trade inside these triangles. You can on a higher time frame. I guess it's not as risky as trying to trade in the triangle on a lower time frame. Obviously, it'll take weeks and weeks and months for this pattern to actually play out. But here's this 21-month moving average is down here all the way at the $182 mark. So these are all areas that you guys could have marked up on your charts, be watching, be looking at them. Anything is possible. A reset of Ethereum. We got 3 months right in a row, green candles. We still have 19 days, 9 hours left in this monthly candle. If we get a close and it's green, I think that's just too many days, guys. I think we need to have a nice healthy correction, a nice healthy pullback before we can have a nice big rally, before we can start a bull run. We do have, I said in last week's video that we need institutional investors. We need more interest from the people in Bitcoin. We need liquidity. We need volume. We need all these things. Looking at the Bitcoin Grayscale Trust, what they are is basically they're a stock where people who trade traditional markets can trade Bitcoin. And how they do it is they break the stock down into incremental shares. So like right now, one share of the Grayscale Trust in Bitcoin is around like $12, almost $13. So you have to have so many shares to equal one Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. But what it shows, and by looking at that chart, it shows that there is interest in Bitcoin. There is institutions buying Bitcoin. The Grayscale Bitcoin Trust has added around 35,000 Bitcoin to their wallet. And I think since the halving, there's only been about 25,000 Bitcoin mined. And the Grayscale Trust has put around 35,000 in there. So they're buying more that can even be mined right now on the blockchain. So that's bullish. But again, I know how the institutions and everything work. And a lot of these big players, they don't want to buy a $10,000 Bitcoin. They want to buy, it'd be way better and make way more sense to buy, a $4,000 Bitcoin, a $3,800 Bitcoin. And that's why, in my opinion, I'd like to see a nice big pullback, and then I think we'll see the institutions really start scooping up a lot more Bitcoin, and then set us up for that bull run move. I think we already looked at the 1 day. Maybe not. No, we didn't. Hang on 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so on the daily, you see here we did test that trend line. We did not break above it. So be looking for that drop down to that 21-day around the $230 area. Alright, that's it for Ethereum. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Alright, so on Litecoin, get rid of some of these drawings. Litecoin, on daily, we do have a nice trend going. We could draw something like that there. You could even come, I don't know, you'd have to stay down here. Just do it like this. So on the daily, we do got the 50 crossing that 21 moving average. If that 21 crosses below, and we are testing this trend line right now, be looking for a break below the trend line. $44 is $45 is right where we're at. I did say in the video back here that be looking for a $45, $50 move. We did get the dang near almost up to $50 right where I said. We bounced off that 200-day moving average. We came back down. We are now testing that 50 and that 21-day. Not a good sign. We already are below them. So, you know, 8 more hours is left in this candle. If we close below them moving averages, we're going to see it drop even more. And if so, I'd probably be looking for the $41 area on Litecoin. Obviously, if it respects this trend line and respects these moving averages as support, we could get to move back up to the $49, $50 area, and that would put us right at the 200-day moving average. Testing that again. We got to break this 200-day moving average. We got to get above it. We got to close above it. We got to test it as support before we can see a nice takeoff, a nice continuation. Keep that in mind, guys. Like this over here, like the 21-day, just for an example sake. Okay, we came up, we came down, came up, tested as support, moved, came down, tested as support, went up, came down, we broke all the way below it. Now it's resistance, we broke above it, we closed above it, we tested as support, continuation. You'd like to see them retest of the moving average before you trade them. Get your confirmation before continuation. Easy way to trade those. It's not looking good for Litecoin. I'm definitely, I would be looking out for that $41, $40 area first. If we break there, then it's going to get a hell of a lot more uglier. We could see this thing come all the way back down. It'd be nice to see another $25 Litecoin again for sure, you guys. Take a look at it on the weekly. We're below the moving averages right now, so on the weekly this is pretty bearish looking. The 21 weekly moving average is at the $50 area. You can see that we did test it a couple times, got rejected. This is where we play the opposite of longing on these moving averages. Now our 21 day is underneath everything. Every time we test it, go in for a short. Put your stop loss up here above the moving average. And, you know, if you can catch it right there at the moving average, you would have had a nice trade there on the weekly. So, you guys, get in the Discord. We can show you how to do this. We can make it pretty simple. We can explain everything to you. You guys are missing out on low risk, easy trades. It doesn't have to be super hard. If you're learning by yourself and you think you know everything, then by all means, continue to lose out on your money. But if you would like decent education and you know, very great people to talk to, I don't think there's one person in our Discord that would not stop what they are doing and take the time out to help you if you don't understand something. If I'm not available, somebody in there can help you. Nefarious Technology is super knowledgeable about trading. Nemesis, that guy's always posting some crazy ass charts that always seem to work out every time. So get in there, check them guys out. But this is what I'm looking for on Litecoin, guys. It's pretty bearish looking on the charts, especially on the higher time frames. As long as we're underneath these moving averages, and as long as Bitcoin is under 10.5, we need to be shorting the pumps. Short the pumps. Unless we were trading breakout trades, be looking to short anytime we go up, and until we make it up across pivotal points and in the charts, key areas, and we get the close above the key areas and the retest and everything validates, we're looking to short, guys. Obviously, when we are in a new uptrend, because we are still in a downtrend overall, you can see it here. Until we make that new uptrend, don't be looking to long anything. You're you know, like catching a falling knife. It will not work out for you, I promise, on everything. So keep that in mind, guys. Let's flip over here to gold real quick and take a look at gold. Using my link, my Phemex link down there in the description, you guys will be able to trade gold with Bitcoin. There is spot trading in Phemex right now. You guys get in there and I can gift you a free pass for a week or two to trade 0 fees on spot trading. So use my link, get in there, spot trade for free right now, you guys. And for the premium plan on Phemex is very cheap. They make it very reasonable. So paying for the premium monthly is cheaper than not paying for it and spot trading with fees. So you can go to Phemex and you don't even have to leverage trade if you don't want to. You can go over to Phemex and you can just do spot trading, and right now you can do it for 0 fees. So I would recommend definitely doing that. Save some money, and like I said, paying the 14 or 15 bucks a month to have way lower fees than anywhere else, it's worth it. Just in a couple trades, it's worth it. So definitely get in there and do that, guys. I have a belief that here around October, November area, that's election time. I think that Bitcoin and the markets are probably going to crash for the reasons of making our president look very bad as they can get to get him out of office. And, it's just a way for the rich to get richer. And so I'm on guard for that. I'm ready for that. I'm expecting Bitcoin. I'm expecting traditional markets to drop. But it's a buying opportunity for all of us. I'm staying away from traditional markets right now until everything is back to normal before all this coronavirus bullcrap. I'm not holding any traditional stocks right now. I've gotten rid of most of everything. But if I was to buy anything, it's gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Not financial advice again, guys. But you can see on the gold monthly chart, we had the 21 crossover on the 50 and the 100-day. And you can see we've just been steadily creeping up here. Now this could be a nice cup and handle play right here. Okay, so we get the nice cup, and then we're going to see a little bit of a pullback, and we're going to create our nice handle, and that'll be a continuation move to the upside. We are at the top as far as the history shows back on the monthly chart for gold on Phemex. So this could be a good shorting opportunity as well if this cup and handle does not play out. Something to keep note of. We could see a drop back down to that 21-month moving average around the 1449. Pretty far stretch, but it could happen. You did see back here a couple months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, it did test that area. But I would be looking at this cup and handle play on the monthly. Take a check at the week. Weekly, showing the same thing. Nice cup and handle play. The 21-week moving average down here around the 1640 mark. So that we could obviously for sure test that. Very easily could come down there and pop off of that thing. And then just move down from there, guys. The next would be your 50-week moving average down to the 1556 area. And then so on and so forth. That would have to be a pretty big drop down to get down there. Obviously, if we break the 21-week and we can close below it, then looking for the next down at the 50-week. Super easy trading right there. Take a look at our 1-day chart on gold. Okay, guys, this is a perfect example of these V-shaped patterns I was talking about. We get to V, rocketed right up. Right here, we got another V. So be looking for a nice move to the upside, but at the same time, we are at a top on gold. So it could end up being one big double top, and things could, it could definitely drop. So if you've seen us get back up here to the 1800, be about 1800 for a double top. Be looking for a violent move down. This could, I guess, depending on how you're looking at this, you could probably have maybe already said, nah, it can't be a cup and handle. it's not valid all the way yet. It looks like the handle there. Yeah, I mean, that could already be the cup and handle played out, depending on how you're drawing this. You know, because here we got decent resistance. You're drawing your cup in. Here's your cup. Here's your handle. Continuation up. So, you know, depending on how you're looking at this on a daily, this is a cup and handle. This could be already done. We could start to see the pullbacks now. Just something to keep note of, guys. I do feel like it's probably going to pull back a little bit. We'll probably see a pullback at least to the 1700, 1650 area. I noticed that that's an area gold's been really hanging out at here lately. So keep an eye on that stuff, guys. And that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you all learned something. Please get into the Discords, join the Patreon group. If you guys are interested in learning how to trade, you're tired of losing your money, come see us. We will help you out. We will get you straight, get you on the right path. Get in there to Doge Lord Apparel. Get some of the sweet DCA swag. Anything with Variant on it, super awesome, I must say. But and get in there and vote. Vote on what design you like the best. I would really appreciate that. I'll try to make sure I get the link in the description. We do premiere these videos, so you guys can come into the chat when we premiere later on today and talk live with me as the video plays. So get in there, do that. We will have the link for voting in there on your favorite design. But you know, smash them likes, guys. Hit the bell for notifications. Subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the Discord, and I will see you on Friday night live stream. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Later.